Valor Bard. I think with Valor Bard, this subclass has a problem with getting completely outshined. If your table allows for Swords Bard to be at the table, I would say that this one is probably a C. Where would Giant be? Most likely very high A to S. Yeah, it's the only one that can buff AC with Bardic Inspiration, but like all the other ones can do so much nutty with Bardic Inspiration. Yeah, Swords is a patch for Valor. Yeah, like this is supposed to be a bit more of a defensive support in combat. Swords is the offensive martialist. And Swords leans in on the striker thing and does it very well. You see it as the ranged weapon bard now? Okay, I could see that, yeah. It is a good subclass compared to Wild Magic and below. Yeah, I would say that Valor Bard, you know what? I'm going to say this. It is a decent pick. This is very low B. Very low B, though. Valor Bard just has one paragraph for the whole stuff. Yeah. But, I mean, and I like that. I like the simple ones that can convey a lot, right? But Valor Bard, unfortunately, came out before this next one did. Swords Barbarian, or Swords Bard. I'm going to put Swords Bard in S. Swords Bard, one of the best. Okay, I won't say one of the best. Definitely one of the better ways to do gishes. Yeah, there we go. It's one of the best gishes. Yeah. Offensively, this is incredibly good. The flourishes that it does are very strong. You're getting medium armor. You do get this fighting style in here. If you give Valor fighting styles and then lean on the defensive stuff, I probably push it up closer to A. The defensive flourish is quite damn good. The fact that you eventually don't have to spend the Bardic Inspiration and you just roll a d6 on it means that these are all effectively later on going to be a 3.5. Although what you can do is use a Bardic Inspiration and make it to where you just get a plus 6.5 to your fucking AC until the start of your next turn, on average, is ridiculous. This is insane. Yeah, like, this is so crazy. This flourish alone is just ridiculously good. Like, what? I was always really curious how they were going to make the rest of them stack up. This deals extra damage to another you hit and to any other creature that you can see within 5 feet. Yeah. This would add it to critical hit die. The weapon deals extra damage. Yep, you could add that to critical hits. Extra damage to the target you hit. Bardic Inspiration die. You can also push that target up to 5 feet away from you. Yeah. So you get basically a freebie disengage out of this one. It's so hard to look at Swords and Valor right next to each other and think that they're two bards that were built for the same game. Defensive is so damn good. Swords is so damn good, and defensive flourish is crazy strong. Yeah, and that refreshes on short rests. Yeah, and that's nuts. Swords Bard is absolutely up in S. Yeah. Whispers. I honestly could not give this one a decent rating right now. A decent as in a very, very well-informed one. I've never seen anybody take this. I've never seen an actual play where somebody has played this. This one doesn't really come up in conversation at all about design stuff. I have a hard time really evaluating this one, right? Caden Arthur, hey, thank you so much for pledging $5 on Patreon. Welcome. You kind of like the Whispers flavor. It has the Shadow Steel thing, right? You can capture its shadow using a reaction. You can use it as an action to take on this disguise. That's right. So this is like the Infiltrator Spy thing. This is all as powerful as you can figure out and how to make it. Major commands. God, I really don't like seeing you getting charmed this late. I'm just going to put this in my first blush here. I say first blush. I guess it's first blush on a refreshed read here. I would say that Whispers is probably a high C. It is for political games and it's the best at this. It's not milquetoast. That's not fair. Yeah, I would say that is going to wind up being pretty campaign dependent. If your DM is really like heavily featuring that stuff, it's probably pretty damn good. Whispers mentioned how often with Dungeon Dudes start talking multiclassing. Really? I wonder why. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend money using your Bardic Inspiration to deal an extra 2d6 damage to that target. You can only do so once per round on your turn. I wouldn't go 3 levels in to get this right here. This isn't worth a multi-class dip for me. Nah, I wouldn't multi-class for that. Is there some reason why? Ranged smites? I mean, the 2d6 would double up when you crit. I don't know. I don't really think that I would ever really go in that far, especially 3 levels. I think there's so many other places that you can put those 3 levels in College of Whispers Bard. I think that it's probably okay right here. It works all right with sneak attack, sure, but like, yeah, it's a sneak attack. Yeah, I mean, meh. Lore. Yeah, I'm gonna put lore up here in S. In fact, I'm probably gonna do this. Boy, what a subclass. This does everything that just absolutely everything that the base class wants to do and brings it up to 11. This is still one of the strongest bards in the entire game. I actually really love this execution of a vanilla subclass because it does so in a very unique way, getting you access to additional magical secrets earlier on. What's funny about this one is it doesn't really say a crazy amount right here. It doesn't really need the word space here to do so much for you. It fits in so goddamn nice and clean into the bard kit, and it just enhances everything on there about the bard. Skill monkeys in here. You're going to gain 3 skill proficiencies. Boom. It's going to enhance bardic inspiration in a very fucking bard way. You tell someone you want to fuck their mother, and then they're, oh my god, it's so damn good. Additional magical secrets is actually, the funny thing is, you're getting the additional version of it earlier than you're going to get the base of it, because fuck you, I'm a lore bard. Peerless skill, 14th level. Whenever you make an ability check, you can expend one use of bardic inspiration. At this point, it's like a 5.5 on average. Roll a bardic inspiration die and add the number rolled to your ability check. So good. This is, I adore lore bard. It is vanilla, but yes, it is classy boutique homemade vanilla ice cream. Oh, it's very good. Yes. Spirits. Oh god. It's only broken for one feature. That the spirit totem thing doesn't work. They did blow a power budget on that. Like, this is good. It's guidance. It's obnoxious, but it's there. This feature right here, this part of it just doesn't work. This is not good. Yeah, I know what I must do. Yes. This feature right here does not actually work the way that they wanted it to. This applies to, I think as we counted it up, it was like, what, maybe like less than a dozen or 2 dozen spells? Trek did the math on it back whenever this first came out, and it was shocking how bad this was. You're going to wind up frustrating yourself trying to figure out what spells this actually applies to. Because if you'll notice, this is a arcane focus for you, right? Because this is an arcane focus, and it means, what that means is you can only use it on spells that require a material component. That's the purpose of spellcasting focuses. And people just thought, oh, well, I can just use it to cast other spells. But technically, it doesn't actually work that way. It's ridiculous how bad this is. It's 7 spells overall? God, oh man. This does not work. One of the very few features in the entire game that just straight up, we might as well call this, needs to completely get revoked and fixed. The Spirit Tails are all right. Yeah, it is unreliable, but I guess it's here. There was another weird thing with this one, right? No. Okay, I actually really like this effect. I thought that the narrative of the Spirit Session was really, really cool, where based on the number of creatures that perform this thing with you, you could get additional benefits out of it. No, I thought this was a really cool way for them to do a magical secret style thing. It's magical secrets by another way, but I like this feature. I like the cinema of what this wants to be. Fuck though. Like, oh, what? Like, So the intention is you want to go over here to Spirit Session and then find some spells that make it to where you can even get any use out of this thing right here. Fuck! Like, it just, oh my god. Oh, yeah, it just doesn't... They had some decent ideas on this one. This needed more time to cook. This one really could have used some more time to cook, and it would have been so damn cool. But whenever people say that they really like College of Spirits, they like the idea of it. They don't like the mechanics of it. Now, this is the only bard I have banned at my tables. Eloquence is fucking insane. Oh, what's my quick fix? Oh, for spirits, I'd have to work on that one for a second. I would probably pull this right here, because this just even being on here, it might not even be necessary. This is just a flavor. This could have been a sidebar. Yeah. Tales from Beyond, this needs to be, if I remember right, Bardic Inspiration rolled on this table, yada, yada, yada. I dislike how much of the leaning in on the randomness this is. I actually just wouldn't have really considered this to be this isn't the way the 5e features are really written. It's, and that's an odd criticism to say, but it's, not my thing. Yeah, this is, yeah. Okay, so Eloquence Bard. Real quick, this is the most absurdly strong bard in the entire game. This is one of the only instances in which you are able to cause a significant detriment to saving throws, which degenerately synergizes into all of your spell casting and so many other effects that you can use that just absolutely shut down fights. This is an insane feature right here. They're I think the only bard, right, that has 2 6-level features that are fucking great. It's so good. Yeah, this should be a base unfailing inspiration. This should have been an optional feature for the bard. I don't get why it's tucked into College of Eloquence. This should have been, oh my god, this should have been on every bard. It's that good. Whenever a creature uses your Bardic Inspiration and they fail the check they used it on, they get to keep the Bardic Inspiration die. That's insane. On some tables, this is absolutely busted. This feature right here is ridiculous. This is a skill floor on the 2 most common social checks in the entire game. If you have a DM that is maybe a little bit newer, is maybe a little bit inexperienced, or just often calls for skill checks a little bit more than they should, Silver Tongue is just you become a master manipulator. This is fucking crazy. You remove agency from the DM by taking this subclass. I would say, like, if you wanted a real quick patch fix for this, and this kind of sucks, if you had a player that was like, I'm going to play College of Eloquence or I'm going to play nothing else, legit, my first thing would be like, okay, Unfailing Inspiration is going into the base class, so that's fine, whatever. I would tell them, you get one of these 2 features, and this Silver Tongue, you're going to have to bring this motherfucker down to a 7. Yeah, you bring that D20 roll of a 7 or lower down to I don't know, something. I just don't really like skill floors. This is, yeah, it's a DMPC bar. Yeah, this is hitting revoking DM agency levels of busted. I don't know who wrote this and thought that this was fine. I don't think that person played a lot of D&D, because this is not an okay feature. This is ridiculous. Yeah. Universal speech. Okay. I like this. This is what feels like it should have been. This makes sense for College of Eloquence. Yeah. You're more of a linguist. This is really cool. I like this idea a lot. But like, this is insane. Absolutely insane. What book did Eloquence come out in again? Tasha's. I still think, and I've seen, I originally said that this is probably like one of the strongest subclasses in the game. And I had a lot of people that were like, oh, what? You're vastly overestimating this. There have been motherfucking articles written about this goddamn subclass now because of just how people are realizing now, oh, yeah, no, people are exploiting that feature to just take control out of every social situation. Yeah, oh, God, it's ridiculous. Eloquence is on the relatively short list of subclasses that completely break the game's balance, even more than it's incredibly broken by default. Yep. Negative 6.5 on average to saving throws if you're using Bardic Inspiration, which they will. It did come out in Theros, but yeah, I didn't get the Magic the Gathering books. There we go. That's the easiest way for you to know what my timeline of 5e feels like. So with Eloquence Bard, no wait, that's not true. I did get Theros. I just didn't play it immediately. I didn't get Theros until I had a lot of people telling me it was like the best Magic the Gathering book for D&D. I got it like two or 3 years after it came out. Eloquence Bard just does some absolutely insane stuff. This deserves to be eroded. It absolutely does. This is, as far as I see it, this is one of the absolutely crazy scariest subclasses in the entire game. I have actually heard very, very good things about Theros. I just haven't played in it yet. I do really like the fact that Theros was embracing the idea that like Herculean fantasy could be a thing. But honestly, if you wanted to go with the Theros feel, but like you just want a more solid book for that, you should get Odyssey and the Dragon Lords, because that game definitely knew Greek fantasy. I say that game, that setting. There we go. It's a 5e book, but like they just went with Herculean fantasy. If you want a better Theros book than Theros, you should get Odyssey and the Dragon Lords. Now, oh yeah, I really liked Glory in the UA. I can't stand what they did to it. Creation Bard. Creation Bard is absolutely an S. The moat and everything is very cute. Performance of Creation is very cute. This right here, if you have a very creative player, I feel like this is the subclass that I should want to feel like Illusion Wizard makes me think of. But Illusion Wizard just doesn't. Creation Bard does some absolutely ridiculous shit. But it does it in a way that I don't necessarily think is totally off balance. I think that this is acceptable for play, despite the fact that it overcomes one of the most massive hurdles in spellcasting and massive restrictions in spellcasting, and that is material components, right? It is exactly like what the Illusion Wizard... Yeah. The Performance of Creation can just make this object very fun, very cool. This is going to give you the feeling of, I don't really need to worry so much about prepping or whatever. We can come up with this item. This reliability, this high utility is very, very good. Animating performance is just fucking cute. All right. If you want to play as Santa Claus, here's how you make your sleigh. All right. Like there's so much you can do with this dancing item. Very cute. However, I will say that creative crescendo, this is a fucking capstone right here. This is so scary good. Yeah, Tax Break Bard. Yeah. You being able to make any item not restricted by value. You are no longer limited by gold pieces value whenever you're creating items with that Performance of Creation. What the fuck? This is so good. Holy shit. Who needs fucking diamonds for Revivify anymore? All of these crazy expensive, crazy specific material components for spells? Who cares? You got this feature now. This is so scary good. Kind of cool, but kind of over. Yeah, and this is the cool kind of over. Yeah. What a fucking cool capstone. I love this. Yeah, this is a knock it out of the park kind of capstone right here. Absolutely adore what all they were doing with College of Creation. One of my favorite bards in the entire game, for sure. Absolutely for sure. Glamour. I like so much of what this one wants to be. Hang on a second, because I'm going to put it in A, but hang on. This is the one that gets Command, right? Command, yeah, that's right. Command is a bonus action. Yeah, the 5 temporary hit points, that's right. I think that the enthralling performance is just giving you a bit much on top of that. Can anybody in chat tell me why this doesn't deserve to be an S? Because my personal feeling is that Glamour deserves to be an S. Because I think it does this indirect kind of like high A or even low S. It is S, you think? Because every feature feels incredibly solid. I mean, bonus action Command alone? God, it's been underrated. Are people just sleeping on it? Because, like, I feel like it's an S, but it's one of those ones that you feel like would have come up a lot more in the zeitgeist if it were an S. I think it's on the same level as the other three legitimately yes. I guess that's fair, right? Yeah, you do usually hear Twilight and Croner just brought up a lot more whenever we're talking about how strong something is. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna say I think that Glamour is so good. I just personally don't hear a lot of people talking about it, so that always kind of makes me a little bit cautious about my thought in how good it may be. They do drop off, but that's the thing though, right? Glamour has the baked in command, and command, I'm sorry, command doesn't give a fuck whether or not you're immune to being charmed. You have an option in here that is a bonus action, get even better benefits than being charmed. Just fuck them up. Oh my god, this is such a good spell. And you're getting it as a bonus action on your turn that you can cast without expending a spell slot. I think that this 6th level feature, this is enough to call it S right here. The other stuff is very good. This feature is fucking scary. I think that the 6th level feature makes it an A. The rest of it pushes it all the way up into S. Yeah, Glamour's great.